Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dungeon World Oldtown, episode 6. We've done this 6 times, everybody. That's kind of exciting. I'm just going to go ahead and move us all over onto this screen. Hi, stream. Hi, everyone. We're back. Couple of announcements before we get started. I posted this on Twitter, but I didn't really announce anywhere else. We're moving to an every other week schedule for Dungeon World Oldtown. So we'll be playing this week, we'll be off next week, playing the following week, and so on. Other than that, there is a planned end date for Dungeon World Oldtown. I haven't figured out exactly what date that'll be, but it'll probably be sometime towards the end of May. So keep that in mind because there's stuff going on. I got into radiography school, so that's exciting. So I'm going to be doing that, and I don't think I'm going to have time to game master anymore. So we'll just keep that in mind as we're going. Other than that, I don't know as if there's anything else left to announce. So I think we can just start with our introductions. So everyone's here today. Yay! We've got Hazel, Docs. I'm like, are you going to say anything?
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
You can go ahead and say hi or whatever.
Hi.
We've got Buhamut.
Greetings and salutations.
And Catilyn.
Hey.
Glad to be game mastering for you all again. So it's been a little while, so why don't I talk about what happened last time?
Much appreciated.
I know you always appreciate that, Buhamut. Because I remember
the memory
that
of a goldfish.
the one time I was like, hey, do you guys want to remind me what happened last time? And then everyone was dead silent. Oh, I should actually probably grab my cell phone so I can pay attention to Twitch chat. Hold on 1 second. Be right back. Where did I put it? See, this couldn't be my stream if I didn't forget something, right? Right. Okay. So, last episode, our party of heroes and adventurers made it to the second tower that was marked on their questionable map with the shadowy marks. The first tower that they went to that was marked on that map, and this is where they found the map, had a whole bunch of, let's see, flesh golems, iron golems, gargoyles, ancient creepy magic, necromancers that used to live there, and then undead in the basement. So yeah, that was a thing. And they found this map there, and they found that there were 2 other places in the world marked on this map in this sort of shadowy, inky, whatever. They went to the second one, and it was full of halflings, and the halflings seemed happy, and there was a closed door that presented a problem. Weren't sure how to get in through that.
It was a tough decision, but we decided not to murder everything in that tower.
You know, that might have been the right answer, but you never know.
They could have been evil cultist halflings.
They could have been.
It's possible they still are.
Yeah, they
we
could be.
wouldn't probably know if that was the case.
But none of the halflings died. There was a particularly crotchety old woman called Old Nan who swatted Zed in the shins quite a few times with her stick. So that was a good time. So there was a big party because they didn't get a lot of visitors up there, and Axiom stayed outside and refused any sort of hospitality from them.
He was on a quest!
Hey, that's fine. I'm just saying. I like that. You can say that out loud, Catilyn, if you want.
On a quest, being a dick.
Same thing. So anyway, there was a big old party. There was a side chamber, like a sort of sitting room that the halflings let the party stay in. They unloaded their wagon in there so they could kind of, keep watch and protect, because they still weren't super sure that these halflings weren't going to murder them or steal all their stuff in their sleep.
An adventurer can never be too safe.
That's fair.
And a lot of people do like murdering people in their sleep.
I mean, if you're going to murder somebody, that's kind of the way to do it.
There's a whole profession built around that idea.
So,
Is there?
Assassins?
Yeah, but that's not necessarily in their sleep. You can assassinate people in plenty of different situations.
Well, anyway, they set up camp there. I think quite a few, if not all of you, leveled up. So we got to do that at the end of session. And that's where we ended. So,
Just quite a few, not all.
I mean, I'm not sure. I don't remember that far back. And, what level you guys are really doesn't affect me as a GM. That's kind of on you.
Oh.
Instantly, she starts throwing at us level 10 enemies.
There aren't level enemies. That's the thing.
They just do certain damage and whatnot.
Yeah, and it's like, okay,
It's
well,
kind of like us. Even though we level up, we get new abilities, but we don't really, like...
it's kind of like, that's why
Not
a
much
level
more.
4 and a level 1 player character can be in the same party and they're both still effective. Is because, like, there's not really huge amounts of world-breaking, outscaling stuff going on in this game, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Axiom, you spend the entire night keeping watch over the party as they sleep. How are you keeping watch?
Mostly, probably, with the party there, it's probably, I had the cart right up next to the doorway, pretty much. So
you
I was just
weren't able
making-
to fit the cart inside, so you had to leave
I
the cart.
Yeah,
So-
outside.
Oh, I thought that you had moved all the stuff into the sitting room and you were in the sitting room with them. And that
We
the
did.
idea was that Red was going to guard the cart outside. Because Red was not
Was
allowed
that-
in the tower.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
Okay. If that's the case, you'd just be keeping guard over the room and probably, like,
So
the
you-
outsides of the room.
So you're like pacing back and forth, you're periodically
Slowly
going
clanking, probably infuriating them as they try to sleep, yes.
Okay. So you spend your night shifting between this comfortable sitting room and this more austere antechamber. And you're the first to notice then that dawn is rising when you check outside on the cart and see that it is still in place and that Red is dozing, rather peacefully on top of it.
Failing his watch. Understood.
That's how cats keep watch.
Cats do sleep with one eye open sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, literally?
Yep.
Wow, that's kind of freaky.
So you notice that dawn has arisen. During the night, nothing seems to have transpired. Nothing that you've noticed, anyway. And it's time to wake the group and head back to town to resupply so you can check out this third tower that you want to investigate for evil.
Before we do that in the morning, I gotta meditate for spells because I can have more now that I've leveled up.
Okay, go ahead. I'm just saying, like, aw, snuggle pet bed. How cute. Your dogs will be very happy, Catilyn. So, Axiom, you are the first to notice that dawn has risen. You can wake everyone up if you like, or let them sleep in, or whatever it is you'd like to do. But nothing transpired in the night. Your watch was uneventful.
Okay. Grabbing the halberd, I wrap it against my chest plate. Say, arise, fellow warriors. A new day has arisen.
So you all hear clank, 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 clank as you are rudely awakened from your slumber. Some of you might be drunk, or no, some of you might be a little bit buzzed.
Even better.
Let's see. I know Olivia didn't drink. I think Zed and Z did drink some, but I think both of you specifically said you were not going to get drunk.
I rode a very happy buzz the entire night.
So
Right.
you're
Zed,
both.
like I said, Zed was not entirely convinced that this was a safe place
That's fair.
to get drunk in. So
Well, you're
he
still
did
all
partake of alcohol.
you're still all rudely awoken at dawn by the clanking of a halberd against metal plate armor. How do you all respond to that?
I
Zed
throw a
rolled-
dagger at him.
Zed rolls
But
over
not
and
like-
goes, give me another 5 minutes.
Not in the way to like actually hit him, but
How do you-
maybe aiming at his armor or his
I didn't
weapon
playfully
As
throw a
a-
dagger at your
as a
face.
warning.
All right. So a dagger clanks off of Axiom's armor.
Yeah,
Which
I don't.
adds to the noise.
Yeah.
I don't comment on this method of waking us up at all. That's fine.
All right. Well, we have enough rations. We don't necessarily have to go back to town. I'm assuming that during our camp action.
No, we agreed we are going back to town.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
agreed on last week.
And you'll have to pass through town anyway to get to the next tower. So you may as well head back there. And
All right,
just make
and,
sure you're fully stocked.
During the make a camp action when we leveled up, we also were able to rest and recuperate our spells and whatnot. Was that like all bundled into one, or?
Yeah, I believe so. Let me just double check how wizards get their spells back.
I think.
Yeah, I
only
think
did,
it's
like, an
just when
hour.
you take. Yeah, you just have to spend an hour or so in quiet contemplation of your spell book. I know that Olivia also wants to take some time this morning to focus on her spells, so you can spend time this morning as well to do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. I've already set it up, so I'm all
Okay,
set.
that's fine. Olivia, you can go ahead and prepare your spells as well.
Okay, I'm taking a magic weapon, cure light wounds, and speak with dead.
Okay. And then if there's anything else that either Axiom or Z would like to do during this hour in which Olivia and Zed are preparing their spells, feel free to utilize that time. You're left pretty well uninterrupted by the halflings. They're probably all still sleeping off that night of heavy drinking.
Well, they were until somebody started clanking their armor.
I mean, but if they didn't hear you shouting on the outside of the tower, they probably didn't hear this too well either.
And like, I just want to clarify, he didn't like just keep on clanking his armor. He just clanked like 3 times, type of thing.
So if there's nothing that any of you would like to do, so you've been fed, so you don't have to consume a ration. We already went through that. So we can go ahead and undertake a perilous journey back to Oldtown. So, to undertake a perilous journey, let me pull up special moves.
Set down cooking duty.
Why?
Yeah, I'm scouting.
Why is Zed always on cooking duty? Well, I mean, I suppose.
So we need a quartermaster, a scout, and a trailblazer. Olivia has called the scout. Zed has been requisitioned to quartermaster. So, and everyone has to roll plus wisdom, so the one with the highest wisdom between Z and Axiom should probably be the trailblazer. I think last time it was Z. Because
Wisdom.
I think Axiom does not have very good wisdom.
Well,
I mean, you don't have a negative in it.
I have no modifier. She has probably a modifier.
No.
No, neither of you do.
Oh, okay.
Wisdom.
So, whoever would like to,
She already rolled for it. That's fine.
Oh, I wasn't
So-
on the roll screen.
I just
we-
rolled because I was told to roll.
That's fine. All right,
So I
so
can go ahead and
everyone
roll
will
then,
roll
too?
plus wisdom. Yeah, except for Axiom. Okay, so we have a 9, a 10, and an 8. So let me pull that back up. So each of you have performed your jobs as expected, except for the scout will spot any trouble quick enough to let you get the drop on it. So it takes you 4 days to get back to Oldtown. So each of you will need to, except for Axiom, will need to consume 4 rations on your journey back. So you can go ahead and mark those off.
Man, I think I really picked the right boon for this quest.
There's a
I'm
lot of
saving tons of money on
Yeah.
food.
And you get to like stand guard without having to sleep, so that's pretty good. So you'll each consume 4 rations except for Axiom. It'll take you 4 days to get there, and Olivia is able to avoid any trouble that might have been on the road. Unless you choose to
All right.
engage it. Do you want to engage in any trouble you find, or you just want to get past it?
No, I don't think
Okay.
we want to.
Then you're able to cut paths around and keep you
It's a
ahead.
really good thing that Olivia was a scout and not me.
All right, so I've deducted 4 rations off of the donkey and cart. Was anyone else having their rations deducted off of the cart, or was it just me?
According to my sheet, I have rations stored on your cart, but I think they're marked down separately. Like, I'm keeping track of the amounts of them on my sheet. If that makes sense.
Okay, so you're keeping track of
Yeah.
your own.
Yeah.
I think that would be the best way to do it. Okay.
So that would be, 4 uses already. Mark that down.
When we killed those bandits, did we get anything?
I don't think we looked.
We were running from bees at the time.
Yeah.
We just went like, all right, let's go. Nobody made an effort to look for loot.
No, I think the session ended after we defeated the bees.
You rummaged through their corpses and did not find anything worth scavenging, basically.
Okay.
Like, you could have taken their weapons or their armor. You wouldn't be able to sell it because they're bandits. It's all, like, reclaimed
Trash.
stuff. Yeah, it wasn't very good equipment. Like, you might... I wouldn't even give you a coin for that if you, like, tried to pawn it, because coins are kind of different. Yeah.
Understood. No notable loot.
Right. So you make it back to town. You are in Oldtown. Now, Z, since you made friends with Elaith, what are some of your motivations as a character? I know you're interested in nobles, but
Nobles and just kind of, well, besides like traveling and living, that makes sense. Living, finding out what happened to the noble family that took care of me for years.
okay.
Since I don't really have any knowledge of my past other than that.
Okay.
They kind of got brutally murdered.
It happens.
Yeah. Zed, do you have anything that you wanted to do in town other than possibly restock, or just like any feelers
No.
you wanted to put out or questions you wanted to ask?
Not really. I already restocked on the way over to the other tower, and I didn't use anything because we ended up being fed instead of having to fight. So
Okay. And
I'm
Olivia,
still.
was there anything that you wanted to accomplish here?
No, I filled up my rations back up, but other
Okay.
than that, I don't think so.
Neither of you want to perhaps ask around about how to get rid of curses, maybe?
that
mean-
whole thing that's
Olivia's assumption is that, like, going to the places marked on the map is probably the best way to get information about that, because the map was located in the same place as where she got the curse from, which may or may not be accurate, but that's like
So you're just
What
cool
she
with
said.
like living with this curse until either resolving this map thing or not, and then if that doesn't
Like,
do it...
if we go to the next tower and there's no useful information, she'll probably try other methods, but...
Okay, I just wanted to ask. And Axiom, is there anything that you wanted to accomplish while you were in town?
Yes, Axiom wants to find a bathhouse and take a bath.
Okay.
Been up like 3 days in full
Epic
plate mail.
quest.
This is of great importance.
That's true. You don't need to eat, drink, or sleep, but that doesn't mean you don't get stinky. Okay, so Axiom, you go and immediately find a bathhouse. That is not difficult for you to do. Do you want to find a free one, a cheap one, or
Axiom
a
is
fancy
broke.
one? So you get to go into the common free one with all of the poor people. Okay, so you do that. Olivia, can you roll 2d6 plus charisma for me?
Yeah.
And Z, I would like for you to do the same thing.
Oh, what's the roll again?
2d6 plus charisma.
I probably could have just clicked the button that's sitting
Yep,
right in front of me.
you could
But-
have. That's okay.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of,
I want to actually check to make sure. Okay. Okay.
Axiom actually ends up getting dirtier by going to the poor bathhouse than he would have otherwise.
No, but he just has to spend all day there waiting for his turn, and then, you know, like the water's kind of tepid and not very nice, but he gets cleaner. It's fine.
The job is accomplished.
So, Z, I'm going to go ahead and resolve yours first, and then I'm going to resolve Olivia's. So, Z, you are... Let's see. Where do you go once you're in town?
probably like an inn/bar, whatever.
Do you want to go to the same one where you threw that big party for Australia?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. So you go there, and you're there for some time, and then you actually get a message from Elaith asking that you come immediately to her manor. And there's an address inside.
I will go to the address.
Okay. So her manor is sort of towards the outskirts of Oldtown, but still within the walls. And the grounds of the estate are very green and lush with like manicured trees and like flower beds that are very well tended. And when you head up to the door and present your letter, you're let inside and shown to a small but well-furnished sitting room. And it's probably about 10 minutes later that Elaith, she comes to greet you. And she goes over and she gives you a hug, and she's like, "I'm so glad you're safe. You're doing such dangerous things out there. I was worried for you."
This isn't the first time. I'm cool.
Well,
She
while
doesn't
you
need to know about the perils of the halflings.
while you were gone, I remember you telling me about that family. You know, the family that took care of you. And I got to thinking that name sounded really familiar. And, well, I stumbled upon something. And she pulls out a really old-looking scroll case, and she holds it out to you. And she says, I found this in the library, and it has their name on it, and there's this address, but it's so very far away. But I thought of you right away, and I had it taken out, of course, for you.
I take it, and I guess I open it, or unscroll it.
Okay. And you actually see that because of your knowledge of histories and all that bardic stuff, you recognize it as a not quite a family tree, but almost like a list of lineage for your noble family, and there's parts that are missing or like obscured, but you're able to make out some names. And they also have addresses for some of the more recent members on there, but the thing is that it is quite old and yellowed, and so it is 150 years old, maybe 200, something in there. So it's not recent, and since the family that took you in, they were human, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know that these people who are listed here would be long dead, but it may give you something to start on.
And okay, so it's kind of just basically like locations and whatnot.
It's like like there's a list of names and kind of like almost like a lineage list where it's like this person, son of this person, son of this person type thing. So, but it's also kind of like a family tree or like a family registry. So it does have like a couple of addresses where you would be able to investigate. But none of them are anywhere near here. Like, because you're also from very far away, right?
Yeah.
They're all kind of back where you came from in that direction.
Would it be safe to assume that like a couple of the locations might be like familiar looking, or like I could recognize the name?
With a 9, I would say you recognize one of them.
Okay. I thank her for the scroll and ask her if I could keep it.
She nods and she says, "Yes, of course. I purchased it from the library. I knew it would be useful to you."
And then I'm going to ask if either her library or if she knows a place nearby that has that may have information on the world or whatnot that I can look up some of these locations.
Well, there is a library in Oldtown, but you can use my library if you think it would suffice. I'm not. We do have some atlases. Here, let me show you. And she gestures for you to follow her, and she takes you to like through a hallway and then through a study, and then past the study there's a small library, and she pulls out a couple of books on maps and sets them down on a table. And she says, "You can look through these if you like. If they don't help you, there is a library here in town. I can have one of my servants show you."
Alright, so I don't know how long it would take, but just start researching the locations, maybe even like, well, either from borrowing a map or making a map of where everything is.
All right, hold on one second. Catilyn, when you're looking at these maps, these atlases, do they show that bridge is also being labeled as the cheaply built bridge of adventure?
Well, these maps would probably be like different scale, so.
Okay. Very well.
Why don't you go ahead and make an intelligence test for me, Z?
Okay.
Back then, it would probably have been the newly built Bridge of Adventure.
Still cheap.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. So you are going to be spending your time researching this. And while you're doing that, Olivia, how do you spend your time in town, or do you even spend your time in town?
That church that I went to last time, I don't remember, was it a church of the deity I worship or just a church in general?
It was just a church in general, because I think neither you nor Axiom worshipped that deity, but you just kind of met each other in this church because it was like a place of worship.
Yeah.
Like kind of like since this world has lots of gods,
welcome type thing.
It's probably like kind of like in Skyrim how they have like the church to the 9 or whatever where it's for all of them type thing. It's probably like a church to the pantheon of gods.
Okay.
hold
That's
on
probably
1
where
second.
Olivia.
Sorry. right. Go ahead. Sorry.
Bless you.
Yeah, that's probably where Olivia is going to wait for everybody to finish with like bathing and talking to people and
Okay.
stuff like that.
Now, you've said that you've been estranged by your family here. Did you have any friends or any other people that you used to know?
Probably. I need a name generator.
And would they recognize you now? Is-
Maybe. Possibly. Hold on. Oh God. How do I? Yeah, Yukine Joss is the name of this person, who's another girl that I knew who was also homeless at the same time as me, before I ended up just giving up on being homeless in a city and going to live in the forest.
Okay. Is Yukine, well, how old is Yukine?
Same age as me, roughly, which is...
I think you're 24.
I
you
don't know
said?
how old I am. Okay, 24.
You're like early 20s.
Yeah, so it's somewhere within 2 or 3 years of me, I would think.
Okay. So, and is Yukine a young man or a young woman or something else?
She's a girl.
Okay. And while you were homeless with her, were you living as your gender or were you still...
Yeah.
Okay, so you were living
Yeah,
as
she was
Hazel
out
at that
at the time.
point? Okay.
As
sorry.
Olivia.
I'm sorry. The names are backwards, so yeah.
Yeah.
You were living as Olivia at that point. Okay.
Mhm.
So I think what happens, since you rolled pretty well on you got a pass as well on your charisma check, is that one day while you're staying at the temple, you notice that Yukim has come in. And
Okay.
you see her looking at you and looking kind of uncertain, like, is that Olivia? I think that's Olivia,
Yeah.
but it's awkward because if that's not Olivia, then this is going to be really uncomfortable. But she keeps
Yeah.
looking at you.
I wave at her.
So she smiles and comes over, and you can tell that she's still been living quite a hard life.
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw Yukim?
I don't remember how long I said I was in the forest for. It was like 5 years, right? Like a pretty long time, I think.
I think it's written on your character sheet.
Oh, I have a bio and info section.
Yeah.
That's kind of the key. Yeah, 6
You're-
years.
Yes, 6 years. So you haven't seen her for 6 years?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can tell that for the past 6 years, life has not gotten much easier for Yukim, but she does seem quite happy to see you. And
Okay.
she's like, Olivia, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm pretty good. How about you?
I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah.
I thought you died
So-
out there.
No, I've been living in a forest. It was nice. Is Red in the church with me?
I think Red would be accepted in the church, but he would be kind of like on the street. People would be giving you a wide berth, and
Yeah.
I think like guards would be paying extra attention to you with a giant predatory cat following you around. But
I
yeah,
have to imagine though that one of those gods out there would have like a snow leopard be like their type of animal.
exactly.
You just totally pass that off.
Yeah, it's like a religious thing, so maybe.
Yeah, that's totally what it is. Something like that. I don't know. I don't know who it is, but that's definitely who I worship. That person. If anyone asks me.
So
I got a cat, and I point to Red.
oh wow, you got a big cat.
Yeah.
The way you said it, it was totally like you were just like playing off like I got a new friendly, pet cat.
Yeah.
Check it out.
No, it's
Yeah, that's
giant...
basically what happened.
Well,
Yeah. What is it?
I'm a washwoman.
Cool. I mean, you know, like if it gets the job done.
For a second there, I thought the story was going to get like really sad for a minute.
No, I don't want to go there. Do you want to go catch up somewhere?
Sure. Where's somewhere?
Well, there's a pub. We could go to the pub, get a pint.
That seems fine. Yeah. Let's do that.
I don't think they'll let your cat in though.
Maybe you can go in and get drinks, and then we can come back here and drink them in the church. I don't know if that's allowed.
Once again, there's some god out there probably totally
That is
okay with
probably
it.
true. In most pantheons, they have an alcohol god.
Okay, so Olivia, you're gonna have to make a roll for this, and I'm gonna have you defy danger. Because you're not the one sneaking out. This is kind of your plan. Defy
Wait,
danger.
where are we
with...
sneaking out of?
No, you're not sneaking. You're basically you're going to this pub, hatching this plan to your friend, and hoping that it goes well. So
Okay.
I'm not gonna roll because you know I don't roll. You roll.
The DM doesn't roll.
Yeah. So you're going to defy danger with your intelligence to see how well your plan is executed.
Okay. I have a button for that. I'll use the button this time.
The button's good.
Button.
Okay. So let's see. Stumble, hesitate, or flinch. So hard choice, hard bargain, worse outcome. I think you get the drinks out, and that's okay. But as you're making it back to the church, you spot some guards, and it looks like you notice right away, it looks like you stole that. And the way that you're both dressed, and with your background as being homeless and kind of like on the streets, you know that those guards are going to harass you. So you're either going to have to try to take off and run and avoid the guards, or you're going to have to ditch the booze.
Can I offer to share the booze with the guards?
You can always
yes.
offer.
I mean,
whether
you
or
can,
not that's a good idea.
I mean,
is-
Whether or not that'll work out. That's kind of what Olivia wants to do as a response to guards approaching her while she has alcohol.
okay,
you
so
have the receipt.
receipt, you're funny. So yeah, you can just stand there and try to deal with the guards in another way. I'll allow that. So you guys are heading towards the temple with the you probably got like a picture that they let you take with you, and it totally looks like you swiped that in a couple of cups. And
Okay.
especially given how young you guys are, you probably like might look a little bit underage too. Like the guards aren't sure, and they're gonna hassle you for that. And since you both were homeless, you're probably scrawny and underfed, so you probably look a little bit younger.
Olivia probably hasn't taken a bath in 6 years.
Yeah, so you got you. So
No, that's probably not true. She probably there's rivers. That's probably not accurate.
I love that reaction. Like, wait, ew, that's disgusting. Axiom screams from the bathhouse. All right, so
Cleanse yourself.
It's
become clean.
free.
These 3 guards and One of them is older and he's got like a kind of handlebar mustache and it's like dark but kind of like salt and pepper and he's kind of portly. And then there's these two younger guys and one of them just kind of looks like a greasy guy. Like he's just kind of like the kind of guy who like oils his hair and slicks it back and just, you know, just kind of like one of those greasy guys. And then the other one just, I don't know, looks kind of normal, short hair, but like he's kind of got some scars on his face. And they come up to you, and the older one, he speaks first. He's like, "What you ladies got there?"
What type of alcohol is it that we have?
Whatever's cheap, so probably ale.
All right, ale is what we have.
What are you doing lugging a pitcher of ale around?
The intent is to drink it. You can have some if you want.
Let's see. Let's see. Would that be leverage for this guy, is my question. I think he goes to take it from you. Like the whole pitcher, rather than just pour himself some.
Okay. I hand him the pitcher. I mean, her expectation is that I hand him a cup too.
He starts to walk off.
Okay, sir. That's ours.
The greasy guy turns around and says, "Not anymore, it isn't."
The guards just stole from you. That's kind of backwards, huh?
I have to wonder, like, how populated is this area? Would anyone notice if they went missing?
The guards?
Well, they are the guards.
I don't think Olivia is going to like kill 3 people over a pint of ale.
That she didn't even pay for.
No dedication.
Suddenly, Axiom from the bathhouse is like, "I detect evil."
Yeah. I think Olivia is just gonna be like not super happy about that, but like when the cops steal from you, what are you gonna do? Go to the cops and say, "Hey,
Yeah.
you guys stole from me."
I mean, you could file a complaint.
I don't think 2 homeless people filing a complaint will be. I don't think the complaint will ever be looked at.
You could burn down the guardhouse. I mean,
I probably could, but I don't think it would be worth it. Yeah, so we're just gonna, or at least I don't know about Yukine, but I'm just gonna let them take the alcohol.
Yeah. I think Yukine hurls some insults and like curses as they walk away, but they just kind of laugh it off.
Yeah.
Would it be possible for you to just like break the pitcher in their hands, so that at least they don't get the beer or ale?
I mean, the thing is, once you start shooting arrows at guards, even if they don't hit the guards themselves, the situation is likely to rapidly spiral out of control.
that's when you, well, like, it's easy. What you need to do is just quietly follow them, find out where they start drinking, and then deal with them once they're drunk. You just gave them a whole pitcher of ale. They're about to get toasted.
That's probably true, but
between 3 large guys, I don't think a whole pitcher is gonna really, especially of cheap ale.
Yeah. I like how my character is like super like uptight, but I'm trying to convince
I know.
Olivia to just murder some guards.
All right, so you watch the guards walk off with your ale, and Yukine gives up on shouting at them. She's still holding a cup, and she's like, "Well, fuck that," and just tosses it in the street. I guess we could just hang out in the church, catch up.
Yeah, that seems fine. I don't really drink that much anyway.
So you guys make it back to the church. She sits across from wherever you're sitting and just kind of keeps you company. She asks you if you want to know anything about what's been going on in town, or at least if you want to know what's been going on with your family.
I think I'm good. I think we can just let them not interact. Yeah, I don't think I'm really interested in their lives.
Okay. She nods understandingly, and she's like, "All right, we'll just leave it at that then." And
Okay.
otherwise, you two just spend some time together and catch up.
Yeah, we probably have had. This is probably not the first time that we've been harassed by cops.
No, I'm sure
in our lives. So
you're both quite used to that. I think.
Mhm.
I think she's just a little more angry because like she's not homeless anymore. She lives as a washwoman somewhere. She's making honest work, but she's still getting
yeah.
harassed by the cops. Also, hello people in chat.
Yeah, I.
Welcome to the stream. We're just getting ready to go to our first break, but right before we're doing that, Zed wanted to do some research in his tower about breaking the curse or what sorts of things he might be able to do there. So,
Right.
Zed?
I'm under the assumption, of course, that the tower is close enough by that I could just, pop on over there, do some
sure.
research, and then come back.
Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and roll plus intelligence? To see if you can spout some lore on that. I guess.
All right.
Or at least use your books to come up with some lore.
Oh,
Look
I don't
at
need
that.
I've got my entire tower's library at my disposal.
Oh
so
yeah,
it's gonna work
2 6s. That's crazy. So
Zed's library is where it's at.
you know there are a few ways that you can break a curse. You know that a wizard would be able to remove it with a ritual.
How convenient.
But you would also need help from a cleric. It would take a few days to set up. You would need to find a place of holy power. And you would have to acquire an artifact of the thing, not necessarily of the thing that cursed you, but related to the thing that cursed you. So if you're cursed by some sort of evil thing, you would have to have something that exudes evil energy so that you can use that to sort of attune the spell to that evil energy and then cleanse it from you.
Like anti-venom and spiders.
Yes, like that.
Well, I had been asking about the stone, but you said it had disappeared, so I don't have that.
Yeah, you do not
Yeah.
have that. You also know that a very experienced cleric, a very experienced and powerful cleric, would be able to remove the spell, or the curse, but unfortunately you do not know of any very experienced, powerful clerics. So you'd have to try to find one. You've also heard that if you supplicated yourself to a god, you might be able to ask for their help to remove the curse, though they may impose conditions upon you to do that. Or other powerful non-mortal beings might be able to assist you. But that can be very sketchy.
Right. I'm leaning more toward the ritual with the help of a cleric in a place of holy power.
Yeah, so you might want to note all this down, though.
Do I count as a cleric for the purposes of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Especially once you tell me more about your god. Because you haven't given me too much.
Wow, I totally forgot about that. I was going to... Did I ever give you a name
No.
for that god?
Nope.
All right, I'll work on that right now.
Okay, that's good because we're about to go to break. So we are going to take a brief break. We'll be back in a few minutes. Catilyn, did you need to do laundry now or later?
I don't know if it ended. I'll check real quick during the break.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's gonna be a 5-minute break, but it might go a little bit longer, and if so, I will mention something in chat. So we'll see you in 5 minutes.